Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're doing something a little different. We're going to build the blueprint for your very own personal AI workforce. Yeah, we're moving way beyond just chatbots. We're going to hire a digital employee using this really cool open source tool called OpenClaw.
Let's just kick things off with this powerful idea from AI expert Alex Finn. What if you, just one person, could have the same productive power as a massive team? A team working for you 24/7, right from your own computer. That's the promise we're going to unpack today.
To really get this, though, the first thing we have to do is just grasp this fundamental shift in how we think about AI. It's a completely new way of looking at things, a totally new paradigm.
Think about how you use AI right now. It's mostly this back and forth, right? Kind of like a super smart search engine. You ask a question, it gives you an answer. But here's the thing, you're still the one in the driver's seat. You're doing all the real work. What we're talking about here is a huge shift to an active goal-seeking model. You don't just ask it questions anymore, you give it a mission. It's not a tool you have to wield. It's an autonomous employee that actually works for you.
So, how does this AI employee actually function? Okay, let's dive in and meet the agent at the heart of it all, a little something called OpenClaw.
Okay, let's break down what makes OpenClaw so different. It's really these four core things that set it apart. First, it has agency. It works proactively so you don't have to micromanage every little step. Second, and this is wild, it has a body. That means it can actually use your computer, browse websites, manage files, open apps, just like a human assistant would. Third, it's self-improving. It literally learns from the tasks it does. And finally, it's open source, which is huge because it means you can customize it to your exact needs. It's this combination that makes it so incredibly powerful.
And maybe the best part of all, it integrates right into the messaging apps you're already using every single day. You don't go to some special website to use it. You just text your AI employee on Telegram or Discord and tell it what you need done.
All right, let's get practical. It's time to actually build your first agent. We'll start with the hardware and the, surprisingly simple setup process. First things first, let's just clear up a super common misconception right now. A lot of tutorials out there will tell you to go rent a cloud server, a VPS. But for OpenClaw, that's usually not the best move. Honestly, running it on a local machine, even an older laptop you have lying around, is typically way more secure, more powerful, and just plain easier to manage. You get direct control over your data and the AI's entire environment.
And the setup itself, it could not be easier. You really don't need to be a developer for this. You just open your computer's terminal, pop over to the official OpenClaw website, copy one single line of code, paste it in, and hit enter. That's literally it. So the most crucial part during setup is choosing the right brain for your agent. And there's a trade-off here. Claude Opus, for example, delivers the absolute best, most reliable performance, but it does carry a small risk of getting your account banned. Then there's GPT, which is very smart and low risk, but it's a little less persistent. It might just give up on a really tough task. And then you have your cheaper open models and free models, which are awesome for just experimenting on a budget.
And as you're trying to figure all this out, just remember, you don't have to go it alone. There are communities out there like AdamAiXpert that host live boot camps. They can be just incredible resources for mastering practical workflows and getting your questions answered by experts in real time.
Okay, let's move on to the really exciting part and see how this all builds into real-world automated value. This is where your new AI employee really starts to earn its keep.
And this timeline just brilliantly shows how quickly you can scale up. You can start on day one with a simple but high-value task, right? Like, give me a daily brief on my top 3 competitors. A week later, you can have it turning that research into a ready-to-post LinkedIn update. And by day 30, it could be identifying recurring problems from its own research and building little prototype apps to solve them. That's a fully automated pipeline, from insight all the way to creation.
But look, to make this truly powerful, it's got to be personal. The key is to just do a brain dump of everything into the agent. Your goals, your daily to-do list, your career ambitions, your hobbies. The more it knows about you, the more effective it's going to be. And then you do something called a reverse prompt. It's so cool. Instead of you telling it what to do, you flip the script and you ask it what it can do for you. You just give it this prompt and it'll actually design custom automations that are tailored specifically to your life and your goals.
As you get more comfortable, you can start exploring some really advanced automations. For instance, you can tell your agent to build its own mission-controlled dashboard, just a simple website, to track all its tasks and progress. Or in Discord, you can set up these complex workflows that span multiple channels. And most impressive of all, you can have the agent write its own custom skills, brand new abilities that make it more effective over time. This is a much, much safer way to go than relying on sketchy third-party code.
And that brings us to a quick word on security. Listen, the agent only does what you tell it to do. It's not going to spontaneously leak your passwords or anything like that. The greatest safety feature is your own personal accountability. Just think for a second about what you're asking it to do before you hit send.
Okay, finally, let's look at where all of this is heading. Because the long-term vision for this tech is genuinely transformative, and you can start getting ready for it today.
The future, the real endgame here, is running these powerful AI models locally, on your own hardware, not through some cloud API. When you do that, it becomes essentially free to run. Your data stays 100% private, right there on your machine. And you, not some big tech company, have complete control.
And this future is not far away at all. We are likely just 6 months from having affordable consumer hardware. You know, computers in that $1,000 to $2,000 range that can run top-tier AI models locally for free.
So, what's the best way to prepare for this massive shift? Start getting comfortable today. Go download some of the smaller, free, open-source models. Just play with them on your current computer. The performance won't be amazing just yet, but you'll learn the process and you'll be ready to hit the ground running when the hardware catches up. It's a key skill that places like AdamAiXpert focus on, making sure you're way ahead of the curve.
So, the blueprint is in your hands now. You have the ability to build a tireless, autonomous, digital workforce that's completely customized to you. The only question left is, what's the first mission you're going to give your new employee?